Hello, and welcome to A Word of Hope. I'm Brother Joe Trout, coming to you for Thursday of the 14th week in Ordinary Time. And the readings today give us a little bit of a play on that inaccurate biblical trope. You might have heard the God of the Old Testament is kind of a vengeful God oriented at justice, giving people what they deserve. And then you have Jesus, who's merciful and loving and gives his life for others. It's not really accurate, particularly in what we hear today. That from the book of the prophet Hosea, we hear about the greatness of God's love and mercy, that he won't just wipe out his children, that he reaches out in love over and over and over again to bring his children back to him. And then Jesus tells his apostles to go out and proclaim the gospel to the ends of the world, but if people won't listen, move on. Shake the dust from your feet and move on, and it will be better on the day of judgment for Sodom and Gomorrah than it will be for those people, that town that ignored you. How do we make sense out of this? I mean, there certainly is a truth to the infinite mercy of God, and yet we are not infinite beings. We are finite beings. I think that's where this urgency comes from, that go out to all the world to proclaim the name of God. Because sure, God's love is infinite. I'm just not. People are not. And I think of this quote from Dorothy Day towards the end of her autobiography, The Long Loneliness, where she says that if we don't learn to enjoy God in this life, we never will. If we don't learn to praise and to thank and to rejoice in God in this life, we never will. This is the time that we have. This is it, right? That this is the moment to hear the gospel. And so as we go out to proclaim the message of Christianity in this world we live in, it's worth keeping this in mind. That on one hand, it does not all depend on us. This is God's work, and that his mercy far surpasses anything we can understand. But there is an urgency, because we only have the lives we're given. That's it. And we've got to use them well, to learn to rejoice in the Lord now. That way, heaven might actually be joy for us one day. So I just ask you to take a moment today and ponder that. How can I feel in my life both the confidence in God's mercy and also the urgency of the gospel? A gospel that I have a role in playing and proclaiming, but also is ultimately God's work in this world. Where can I hold on to both of those things? Have a wonderful day, and God bless.